Yo, what's up, Swag? And you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy KLR, aka KL Swag, back here with a video, man. Look, man, everybody right now, Colorado is making some serious changes. Some serious ones. We are back here giving another Matt Be Great reaction, man. Let's get into it. Oh, yeah.
Look, man, it's as simple as this. Deion Sanders said, hey, we're going to be making some moves, and only a couple weeks later, Colorado and this entire coaching staff, they're making moves. If you're shocked by this, it's on you because Deion Sanders tried to warn you. He told you this was going to happen.
Really? Okay. We're gonna see.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, while everyone in the college football world has been talking about the transfer portal, the playoff, this and that, your boy Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Coach Prime, he's been quietly doing some things behind the scenes. And trust me, I get it. It's extremely rare to throw the word quiet or quietly and Deion Sanders in the same sentence. But believe it or not, Deion Sanders has been making some big-time moves that we got to talk about. And I think the main reason a lot of people aren't hyping this up and talking about it too much is because everybody's looking at it from this standpoint. All right, Colorado and Coach Prime, you talked the talk last year, but this year, before we hype you up, we want to see you walk the walk. And I'm in the same boat. I want to see Colorado back up all that talk, back up all that hype. Because make no mistakes about it, as great as the year started with that miraculous 3-0 start, had everybody off their seats, they finished in the worst way possible. It couldn't have been any worse, actually, because their last 6 games, they were 0-6. It doesn't get too much worse than ending the second half of the season on a 6-game losing streak. And the way they did it, it was embarrassing. But let me ask you a question. What was the biggest weakness or weaknesses of this Colorado football team? I think immediately what popped in everybody's head is either one of the two answers. The offensive line or the defense. It's that simple. And if you want to say both of those, I have no problem with that whatsoever, because that's what I would say. Well, guess what? It looks like Deion Sanders isn't playing around, and he's fixing the offensive line. We're going to talk all about it in tonight's video. It is so important. This is the one and only topic we're going to talk about. As always, if you like college football content, consider joining our community. I think you enjoy it here because we're just a bunch of guys and girls that might talk about college football. It's as simple as that. No BS sponsorships on this channel. I'm not going to sell you on anything. Your boy Matt's not a sellout. We don't talk about politics. It's just sports. We're also trying to hit 310K before the new year, so consider helping us get a little bit closer to that. But
Yes,
all right, blah, blah, shut the crap up. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we're jumping straight into this. A couple of weeks ago, or not even a couple of weeks ago, about a month or two ago, Coach Prime, he was asked about the offensive line that haven't been playing good and blah, blah, blah. To make a long story short, here's what he said. Matt wrote a clip.
Y'all need it.
In terms of the big picture, trying to shore upright, healthy.
The big picture, you go get new linemen. That's the picture. I'm going to paint it perfectly.
As you saw right there, Coach Prime said, yep, we're going to replace the offensive line, and he pretty much threw him under the bus. There's not really a way to sugarcoat this.
It's what it is.
Even I've stated back then, and I'm standing 10 toes down on this, I thought it was a terrible look for Coach Prime. I don't agree with it. Even if you believed, hey, this offense line isn't that good and we're going to go replace them, I just don't think that's something you say to the public media, if that makes sense.
He's keeping
You
it real.
say
He
that
don't
to
care.
your other head coaches, to your staff, etc. Just not to the media. I didn't like that. But regardless of whether I like this or not, I'm still going to give him credit because he didn't lie, and I respect a man who doesn't lie. Say what you want about Coach Prime. You can like him, dislike him, whatever. The man means what he says. He said, hey, we're going to replace the offensive line, and he did it. How did he do it? Well, on one day, he got not one, not two, but 3 offensive linemen in the portal.
He did.
Houston's Tyler Johnson, UTEP's Justin Mayers, I believe is how you say his last name. If I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. And UConn's Yakiri Walker. All 3 of these young men have combined for 58 starts, so these aren't scrub-a-dub-dub bench players. These are starters and have only allowed 5 sacks between 3 of them. Between 3 of them. I guess you'd only say between if it were 2 of them, but you get what I'm trying to say. This did not go unnoticed, at least for me. I've kept this bookmarked in my tweets the past several days because I knew some more would come. And as when I'm speaking and making this video, Deion Sanders has just completely rebuilt the entire offensive line. They have got Amari Ward from Jackson State, Khalil Benson from Indiana, Justin Mayers, like I said, Tyler Johnson, and Yakiri Walker. And also, as we all know, recently they got the 5-star recruit Jordan Seaton from ING Academy. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is your new Colorado offensive line. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to clap it up because it is a remarkable job that Deion Sanders can replace the entire.
They still young, too. They still young offensive line. But we're going to see if they can really get their hands dirty and really be that nasty offensive line for Shedeur
Our
Sanders.
offensive line in what, only a couple weeks of the transfer portal being active? I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Coach Prime, when it comes to the X's and O's, I don't know if he's the top 10 head coach, but here's what I'll tell you. When it comes to recruiting, he's easily in the top 10. He's one of the best. Coach Prime knows how to recruit.
Yeah.
It's relatively simple, and one of his best recruiting pitches is he relates to these players. Now, here's a $1 million question, though. Is this new offensive line you're looking at right here going to be better than last year's offensive line? I'd say yeah. But here's the even bigger question.
We'll see.
This would be the $1 billion question. How much better are they going to be? Because, come on, man. You don't got to be that good to be better than this most recent year's offensive line. It was terrible. Colorado had not just one of, but arguably the worst offensive line in the nation. Make no mistakes about it, and I can't harp on this enough. The offensive line last year was awful. You're talking about Shedeur Sanders was getting beat to death back there at quarterback, and it was so bad, I didn't even think it was safe for him to play the last couple of games. And for me, at least, I'm not going to act like I'm some genius when it comes to evaluating offensive linemen, because I'm not. I don't know how much better these guys you're looking at right here are going to be, but I'm almost willing to bet anything they're going to be better than last year's offensive line. Will that happen? Don't know, because you got to wait and see how they look during the games. I'll put it to you like this. I'd be shocked if the offensive line was as poor as last year's. So this is a good sign, and you can't harp on it enough. This was one of the biggest things they needed to fix in the offseason, the O-line. I've said before, I'm going to say it again. I don't care if you got Tom Brady back there. If you don't give him time to pass, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans.
That's true.
I firmly believe last year Shedeur Sanders was one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, but he didn't have time to throw, so he couldn't prove himself. Hopefully next year to be a little bit different, but also let me show you this. A little fun fact for you. Colorado now has the official #1 transfer portal class in the entire nation for 2024. And Deion Sanders has stated, we're going to land a few more players offensively, and then this weekend the defense gets all the focus. So you see what...
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Hey Google, take a selfie.
Guys, do your daughter a favor this year.
You don't lie,
Get her
Deion
a
Sanders.
gift that she'll treasure forever.
You know what he doing.
Coach Prime's doing. He's going one position group at a time. The past week or so, he was like, all right, we got to fix the O-line. Once we do that, boom. Then we go to the defense. And like he says right here, a couple more players, and yeah, they're going to be focused on the defense. And I'm excited to see who they get there. It's going to be interesting for sure to see who he lands on defense. And let me know in the comment section, what do you think about Coach Prime getting all these offensive linemen? Do you think it's going to help, or do you think it's going to be the same as last year? Me personally, I think it's going to help. I'm not going to say tremendously, but it should be better. And real quick, before we end up this video, let's take a look at this. I should have did this already. I just completely forgot, but I'm glad I thought about it now. Let me pull up our list here, these players. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, got to put it right here. You see Amari Ward. He played Jackson State. Khalil Benson played at Indiana.
Okay.
UTEP, Tyler Johnson, Houston, and Yukari Walker, UConn. And there's nothing wrong with all these colleges you see here, but with all due respect, you're going to be playing some stiffer competition next year. And oh yeah, wait a minute. I low-key forgot about this. Colorado's not going to be in the Pac-12 next year because, well, it pretty much diminished. So you're not going to be playing teams like Washington, Oregon, USC, etc. So who would they be playing? They'll be playing, it'll still be stiffer competition. You'll be playing the new Big 12 teams. And although it's not SEC or Big 10 football, it's still going to be harder competition. And what I'm referring to is for these offensive line coming in. It's going to be harder to block the guys they're going to have to block next year. I still think Colorado, even if the offensive line is decent, is going to be a mediocre at best team next year. And I get it. Trust me. These Colorado fans listening right now, they're going to say, man, you tripping.
They definitely got to get their
defense. They did the same thing in the offseason when I told them you're going 5-7. Do y'all still remember those people that was writing in the comment section saying, oh, bad dude, you're crazy. We're going 8-4 at bare minimum. And what did I say? Nope, you're about to get hit with a hard dose of reality. You're going 5-7. And hey, even I gave you the benefit of the doubt because you didn't even win 5 games. Colorado's going to have a tough time next year, but at least they're not playing in the Pac-12. The Big 12 next year is going to be a little easier.
That's true, man. All I'm going to say is that all they really need to do is get their defense a little bit together. To be honest, their defense is actually not too bad. I'll say that the defensive line, they need some dollars in that defensive line. They need some dollars in that defensive line. Fix up the secondary a little bit. Everything else gonna be good in the offensive line, man. Love y'all. Stay swagged out. Let me know down below in the comments what y'all think. Will they go undefeated next year?